There we go. That's better. Okay. Now, according to this, I should be able to share straight from here. Or not. Okay. Ugh. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mass Effect. Um, of course, going to go through my little thing where I invite everybody to my stream. Let me go ahead and do this. We are starting out with Mass Effect 1, the remastered edition, I believe. Let's go ahead and share. Share to. No. Share to. Let's go there, and one more Discord. Alright. There it is. And do post. Alright. So, today we're playing Mass Effect, as I mentioned before. I'm going to start out on a custom character, and we'll, go from there. Alright, so, custom mail.
Please log in to access your profile.
Go with my stream name. This is such a bad version of the human skeleton.
Confirm pre-service history.
Oh, helps if I go into my in-game app. There we go. I'm a bad streamer. Ugh. But let's see. Do we want to be a spacer, a colonist, or earthborn? Okay, this should be switching scenes. There we go. Nice swipes transition. Very Star Warsy. Let's see. Both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following in your parents' footsteps, you enlist at the age of 18. That's the spacer one. Colonist. You were born and raised on Mindor, a small border colony in the Atkin Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindor, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. Or you were an orphan raised on the streets of the great megatropolises covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gains by enlisting with the Alliance military when you turned 18. I just had a cat messing with me. Where'd she go? Coco. So let's see. I kind of want to go with colonist, although that's very if you've ever read the manga or the books for Metroid, that's her backstory. That's Samus's backstory right there. Um, Spacer, I mean, that's kind of very. That's very stereotypical for a lot of sci-fi's. Is, you're usually a freighter pilot, or you're a, you know, um, military personnel. I mean, Star Trek, how many people are born on the Starship Enterprise? That kind of stuff. So, I'm thinking Earthborn.
Confirm psychological profile.
Alright. Hmm. So, with the psychological profile, I tend to go with either Soul Survivor or War Hero, but I'll read them out real quick so that, we have so that it's on video what we could be. So, Soul Survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome the physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. To survive while all those around you fell, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. They like to try and trip you up at the last. Okay, War Hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. That's a good one. And like I said, Soul Survivor is a good one. And then Ruthless. Throughout your military career, you've held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you, but when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. Like I said, I like War Hero, but I grew up in a time where those are the stories that you would hear. I'm a '90s kid, so I grew up on the old X-Men cartoons, the old Spider-Man cartoons, Batman. That I grew up, and then of course the mentality was a little bit different. So back then, we really, really respected soldiers, like war heroes, soul survivors. Those were the movies that were coming out and stuff. You got your Rambos, you got your Predator, even Aliens. It was all about being a war hero or a soul survivor. The ruthless aspect of it was fairly looked down upon. You weren't supposed to be the unthinking robot that did everything to get the job done. Those were the villains of the time, which is why I tend to choose one of these two. Because to me, a hero, somebody who's saving the galaxy, this is what they should be doing. So, just to kind of go over, and explain where that kind of mentality, or why I tend to choose those. There's my kitty cat. Hey, that's my water. Get your nose out of it. So, I'm thinking Soul Survivor. But
Confirm
get your head
military
out of my water.
specialization.
Jeez. Okay, now we have to choose our class basically. Now, I do like the psionic ones, but what I dislike about them is they're all like very light armor or medium armor. Now, With this game, you can use any weapon you can equip in this version, or in the first game. But you can't use any armor you can equip. If I go soldier, I get the armor and all the weapons. But it's like, but you have like the adept who can use psionic abilities and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, that's really cool. But they kind of, again, you kind of miss out on some of the stuff because you can't wear the heavy armors and stuff. And if you have an alien crew, like you're using Tally, Rex, and oh, I can't think of his name. Garrus? Garrus. You you don't get to see the human heavy armors and stuff. But I mean that's kind of uh, it's kind of what your trade off. So like if I was to go Vanguard, like the other human, um, you combine your biotics with like you specialize in pistols, shotguns, and wear medium armor. Sentinel, you wear light armor and receive no special weapons, but you get to hack things and all that. Now, Coco, come sit in my lap for a little bit. Now, here's the thing. Tally, one of my favorite companions, is already an engineer. So she already gets the tech stuff. She's good with pistols and with all that kind of stuff. So you get to see that. Rex, I believe, is a soldier, but again, he's an alien, so you don't actually get to see like the human armors and stuff. Or is he in Vanguard? Eh. Um, and then you have Garrus, who's the infiltrator. He gets medium armor, but again, it's the Turian medium armor, and he uses sniper rifles and stuff. The soldier, again, gets everything in the game except biotics, which kind of sucks, because I'd love to have heavy armor and force powers. That's like one of my favorite combinations, because it's something you don't get to see often. But the question is, what would be more entertaining for a playthrough? Um, I don't like that they specialize. What do you wear? Light armor and receive no special weapons training. Ooh. Biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend allies, so they can also disrupt opponents with biotics or tech attacks. So this is your tech biotic. This is your pure biotic. Shield squad, disable, and wear light armor. They specialize in pistols. I mean, the pistol isn't a bad gun. Like, in this game, it's really good, but that light armor is killer. Engineers can only wear light armor, and they specialize in pistols. I'm seeing a lot of only light armor and pistols. You can specialize in pistols or sniper rifles, and wear medium armor. Only light armor. Specialize in pistols and shotguns and wear medium armor. I might have to go Vanguard. Honestly, I think that's probably the better one.
Identification.
Ugh. So I'm not really gonna go with. Let's do eyes. Eyes in this game are very important to change up. Um, so one thing I've noticed with a lot of Mass Effect games, if you don't mess with the eyes, the character model seems a little bit off. They had a hard time adjusting for the default eyes and stuff because they didn't Like, I don't know why they had such a hard time with it, but it was one of the few things that they had a lot of issues with, it seemed. So, nice deep blue, steel. I think I'm going with a nice deep green.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Hey, I wasn't
Confirm
done yet.
Facial identification.
Always, they just. Okay, head. Hair. I think I normally went with this hair because it's the best one that they have. Because, I mean, it looks the fullest. Bald. Let's see. Get a little bit of a flare? I think that's what that's called. I'm here to do your taxes. Mohawk. Some fades. Some cornrows. Now, I don't get why these particular hairstyles are popular with certain groups. I mean, to me, that doesn't look good. That looks as ugly as the old bowl cuts that the monks used to wear back in the medieval times. I mean, if you're going with this, you might as well just be bald, in my opinion. Same with the mohawk. I don't get the appeal of a mohawk. And then you got the Picard. Yeah, let's go with that one. I wish the beard was better. This game just the facial hair. I mean, look at how thin that is. It's like, why? Why even bother with putting that in if that's what you're going to have for the beard and stuff? There we go. Actually. And in case you're wondering why I go with the red hair, I have copper or reddish blonde hair myself, so I tend to go with red hair, green eyes, just kind of the typical Irish look, I guess. Let's see. And then I like a good scar. Yeah. See, a good scar refines a person, like gives them a very good let's see. Is there a hmm. Okay, I think that's good. Uh okay. So let's finalize that.
Construction complete.
Alright, so name is Nicholas Shepard. I'm an Earthborn Soul Survivor Vanguard, which means I get medium armor, pistols and shotguns, and biotics. Should be good.
Identification confirmed.
Combat difficulty normal. Um, yeah, that should be fine. Auto level up off. Level scaling legendary. 1 through 30. Yeah. Squad power usage on. Subtitles on. Auto save. Enable tutorials. Okay, now it's time to begin.
Well, what about Shepard? Earthborn, but no record of his family.
Doesn't have one. He was raised on the streets. Learned to look out for himself.
He saw his whole unit die on the cruise. He could have some serious emotional scars.
Every soldier has scars. Shepard's a survivor.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. The decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies, enabling travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force that controlled space and time, also known as the Mass Effect.
The Arcturus Prime relay is in range. Initiating transmission sequence.
By the way, one of the coolest ships.
Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot. Acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1.
I love that you.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment, so you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. Only an idiot believes the official story.
Okay, so as I was saying, I love the Normandy as a ship design. I hate the way that it's used in this game series, because, in all honesty, it's nothing more than a glorified bus. You never get to use any of its stealth capabilities. You never get to see any of its weapons used or, any of its special abilities aside from a cutscene or two in the later games. It's literally it's a really cool ship design. Like, I could see this in Star Wars, Star Trek. Just it could be a really cool ship. But again, the way that they use it just sucks. And another game that I have, No Man's Sky, has where you can get the Normandy, but all it is a glorified set piece. You literally launch it to do like expeditions that you don't get to go on. So there's no point in having a ship as cool as the Normandy. And I never got the mentality of that. The ship looks like it's designed to do like dogfighting and stuff. And yet in this game, it does none of that. In fact, this game has no space combat whatsoever, but it does have vehicle combat. And I'm just like, so you give me this really cool ship. they make a big deal about it in the first mission, 2 to 3 missions about it. Like, they explain its capabilities. It's got a bunch of nice features. It's cool looking. It's gifted to you as part of your promotion. Yada yada yada. You don't do anything with it. It's again, it's a glorified bus. And I hate that they did that to it, because to me, again, I grew up in the 90s. One of the one of the biggest shows of the 90s was Star Trek. And the thing about the ship in Star Trek, the Enterprise and Voyager and Deep Space Nine and all that was, and Deep Space Nine was a set piece. But it was really important, and it had its own personalities. You watch them work on it. The Enterprise, you see them like managing the EPS manifolds. You see them in engineering, and it's in combat and stuff. Like Deep Space Nine actually experienced combat, and it's like, yet this ship itself is supposed to be like a high-tech stealth ship. It has a special system in it that's supposed to reduce emissions, but if you hold it for too long, it begins to cook the people inside. None of that ever comes into play in this game. Aside from like maybe one cutscene. And it's like, why build something up, especially like the entire game, and then never let your players have a chance to use it? But yeah, it's one of those things where it kind of irks me.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we begin the prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
I'm on my way.
Is it me, or does the captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Okay. Alright, let's go check things out. So let's see. That is talking to people. This is a stream, so I guess I'll talk to him.
You probably don't want to keep the captain waiting, Commander.
The captain's waiting for you in the comm room, Commander.
Fine. And like, I mean, they could have done so much with this ship, and they just left it alone. They designed it and left it. Navigator Presley.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down in engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance Brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
You don't trust Nihilus.
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
Yep, softcore racism. Now, I can actually kind of accept that from this because, again, the war was only 30 years ago. That's relatively short as far as healing those kinds of wounds. I mean, we still have, you know, as an American, we have people who are still upset over the American Civil War, which was almost 100 years ago, if not longer. So it's one of those things where it's like 30 years, they try to make it sound like a long time, but it's really not. And the best part is we're running stealth, which means the emissions from our engines are being channeled through the hull of the ship and trapped inside. So as I'm sitting here talking to this guy, I'm wasting enough time where we could literally be cooking alive, but because it's a video game, it doesn't matter. See, in real life, you have time schedules. You have to be on time and you need to be doing things in a certain order. So you literally can't go this in depth in a conversation with somebody. In a video game, time pauses as you talk to people. So you can actually ask them about their life, their childhood, and all that, and they will answer you because time is essentially frozen for them.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper. Less chance of security leaks, too. Plus, there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious the shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most...
There was one of those visual glimpses.
In the service. If he melted down all his metals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
So there was a perfect example of the Mass Effect teams, which I think was oh man, it was BioWare? Yeah, it was BioWare. Back when BioWare was really good. There was a perfect example of how the eyes got messed up a lot in their cutscenes. If you pay close attention, he's heavy-lidded, like he's constantly looking through the top of his eyebrows. And when he blinks, his whatchamacallit, his eyelid goes through his bottom eyelid. And again, I don't know why this is, but it's always a glitch that you see on their default models. Notice I changed my eyes during character creation, and you don't see that glitching on my character. When he blinks normally. When he's looking at somebody, he looks at them normally. With all the other models, they either look kind of bug-eyed, or you see the graphical glitches you just saw on Presley.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
Hey, it's the EMH.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
You watch too many spy movies, Jenkins.
Oh, that wasn't right. Hey, Doctor.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
See what I mean by bug-eyed, though?
Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
But yeah, when it goes back to Jenkins, you'll notice like he's really bug-eyed, and it's kind of weird.
You need to calm down, Corporal. A good soldier stays cool, even under fire.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Like, and it's the weirdest thing because the eyes don't change their expression. They're very just bug-eyed the entire time. When you walk up to somebody, however their eyes are is the way that they remain throughout the conversation. Whereas, and if I recall, this game was mocapped. So, like, they had a computer reading people's expressions and stuff to get the facial expressions right. That's why when they're talking, it actually matches up so well.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even paradise gets boring after a while.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the first contact war. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself. Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Spectre.
And again, you saw it in the eyes. Like, she got real bug-eyed and stayed that way. He got real bug-eyed and stayed that way. And it's like, it might have been a limitation of the tech at the time, where, because mocap is hard to do, and it, messes with the face a lot. Like, if you play around with the face rig program, which is free on Steam, you can actually see where it's like the tracking's a little bit off and stuff, because like if you move your eyes a certain way, your character blinks despite the fact that you're just looking to the left. But again, this is the remastered version, so they reskinned everybody. Like, they did high res on for some reason they didn't reskin the hair, which kind of annoys me, but they did high res on all of the skin, like you can see the pores and stuff. But it's one of those things. It's just one of those things.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older,
Oh, wait,
I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even paradise
think I
gets
was-
boring after a while.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents
Sorry
work
about that.
directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protected at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
And then no
Why do
human
we have any of our own
specters.
people in there?
Spectres usually come from the council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. You're always getting dropped into impossible situations, forced to survive unbeatable odds. Just like you on a cruise.
Oh man, I could just say goodbye, show some respect. Those are bad memories.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
Okay, I think it's time to end this conversation. But can you see, like, I know there's like nobody in my chat right now, which is fine. But can you see that what I was talking about? How, again, it's kind of weird, some of the issues this game has.
Goodbye, Commander.
Oh, I got 2 Paragon points from that. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, right down there. Why? Again, some of the tech is kind of weird. Like that headpiece right there. Why would you not want either more screen? Like, it's weird. Why would you want the screen to go past the eye like that? Like, well,
Commander Shepard,
into a
I
cutscene.
was hoping you'd get here first. Will give us a chance to talk.
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I don't think Shepard's ever been there, so.
I've never been there.
But you know of it. It's become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
Why are you asking? What's your point? Is that a threat? Honestly, having played the game before, I know which one to do. Why are you asking?
You know something? Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far
Oh.
more than a simple shakedown run.
Okay. One complaint I have with the remaster. So far, most of what I've been talking about is some of the limitations of the original game that wasn't fixed in the remaster. But it was there since the original game. One of my problems with the remaster is Captain Anderson. He looks like he's made out of wax. He's the stiffest model they have. His skin is glossy for no apparent reason besides being glossy. Like, he looks like somebody meant to be an action figure. And a very poorly constructed one at that. And I don't know why. That's obvious.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
He also seems to have a lazy eye, which is kind of weird. Okay, why the
There must be a
secrecy?
reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
Yeah, but he looks so much like he's trying to like hold in a like. Again, he's so stiff. Even when he was moving his hands, he was doing like a karate chop, like, you know, actual kung fu grip.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big shit. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Okay, no need to be rude.
Are we
Sounded weird.
expecting trouble?
I'm always expecting trouble.
There's more shit. Garrus isn't just here for the beacon. He's also here to evaluate you.
Okay. Why?
What's going on, Captain?
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
Not many could have survived what you went through on Akuz. You showed a remarkable will to live, a particularly useful talent. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
Which is what's known as a skill-based hiring system. Which, for some reason, people, at least in the United States, don't seem to like. Which is silly and stupid. There are so many cases where it's like, oh, we have a quota to fill, so we're hiring this many people, or these certain types of people, which is technically discrimination. And bad, in all honesty. See, yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that, so...
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs the ship. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
Okay. So, the real question is, do we want to investigate further or continue on? I'll investigate further, just for the stream.
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society. And without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I love how they throw out these massive numbers, like 50,000 years ago. So, human BC era, or before Christ, or before... I can't remember what the C stands for now. We don't know how long that lasted. We don't have full history recollections of it. Near as we can tell with from the Bible, which is technically the world's oldest textbook and the world's oldest book, recorded human history starts about 6,000 years ago, 6 to 9,000 years ago. Because again, there's gaps in the Bible that where even in history the events weren't very interesting. Like, everybody knows about Rome. Nobody knows about Greece. Greece existed 400 years before Rome did. Things like that. It's kind of one of those things where if history was slow, it wasn't really recorded. Now, a lot of the Bible comes from a set of scrolls found in the Dead Sea, thusly named the Dead Sea Scrolls. Most of those were penned by Moses, who occurred during, I want to say, the middle of the Egyptian period? No, beginning of the Egyptian period. Like, before they had, like, the big pyramids and stuff like that, because he was a Hebrew raised by an Egyptian princess that existed during the time of the first pyramids buildings. So it's kind of interesting how that works because you always hear, oh, carbon dating puts the Earth at, or this puts the Earth at 10 billion years old or whatever, which 50,000, very short amount of time. But 50 billion years old would mean that most of the radioactive materials in the Earth would be inert. Radiation or radioactive materials such as plutonium, uranium, cadmium, I think is another one, all have a half life, which means within a certain amount of time, that half life or the radioactive isotope loses half of its radiation or becomes partially inert. So a lot of that, and like it becomes a different material when it goes inert like that. So we'd have a lot more of the other materials than we currently do. And then there's the fact that, according to scientists, the way that the Earth formed was a bunch of space rocks came together, got superheated somehow. Usually they claim it was fiction, and melted together. Well, if that's the case, each one of those space rocks started with a different age. And therefore, if you take a soil sample from North America and then go to China and take another soil sample, those soil samples are not going to be the same age. Because the meteors that crashed into each other that formed the crust of the Earth were different ages. So when they say, that the Earth is 50 billion years old, they could be saying that the meteor that made up that section of the Earth is 50 million years old. They don't know how old the Earth actually is. And it's amazing that they speak with so much confidence, saying, no, we know for a fact the Earth is this old. When their own science says, but you can't know the Earth is that old. Because again, if you take soil samples from China and soil samples from the United States, you're going to get two different dates. And it's just like, whatever. Okay, did I research the other stuff? I think I needed to do Beacon or Eden Prime. I think Eden Prime.
More about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Okay, now I'm ready to go, I believe.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Now, when I first played this game, I thought that was a giant hand.
Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
Alright, understood, Captain.
Sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck.
We are approaching drop point 2.
But see what I mean by a cool ship? Just poorly utilized?
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
What the hell are those?
Gas bags. Ah.
Oh God, what happened here?
I just realized something. Their helmets have no, like, heads-up display. Don't know how I missed that one, but okay. But yeah, you notice, like, there is no data being shown on their helmets at all. And you think with a game that put this much, like, they put textures on their outfits. You think they'd have at least the mini-map up there.
Rip right through his shields. Never had a chance.
Okay, he deserves a barrel.
Receives a proper service once the mission is complete, but I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
Paragon +2. Because I'm a good guy. There we go. Pop. There we go. It's not coming out. Okay. Gotcha. There we go.
Got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Okay, so there's 3 more up that way, if I recall correctly. But if you go this way, there is loot. See what I mean? It's a med kit, which gets you more Medigel. But Okay, so that's something you're trained not to do in the military, is run in front of somebody who's focus shooting like that, because technically that's tunnel vision. One of the coolest robots in sci-fi. The Geth. Also the first and last time I use her in combat, which is hilarious. Got it. How do you know I'm a commander? I mean, is it the painting on my arm or something like that? Is that supposed to be my rank? Because you can look. There is no rank on my armor. The N7 is the company that makes it. Same with the paint. The paint is the N7 paint job. So how does she know I'm a commander?
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Let's do the...
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Any idea what kind of enemy we're facing?
I think they're Geth.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
You're coming with us, Williams. We need that beacon.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
Okay, so let's see. Geth.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were
Alright.
sent out a couple of nights
I'm
ago
gonna be
to
right
secure
back.
the area.
I need
Seemed like
more...
routine patrol.
another drink, and I need
You never knew they were
to
coming.
clean my ears real quick. So, be right back.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Alright, I am back. So, let's see, what else does she have? Before the attack. I think that's what I need. It's before the attack. Because she had more information on the Geth. She won't have any more information on the beacon. And then just before the attack is the one that she would know.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Move out.
Alright. There we go. Level up time. Let's see. Unlock tactical armor, shield boost, medium armor. Right, I'm stuck with light armor until I do this. Let's see. Alright, you get autoed. You get autoed. Yeah, just walk. I mean, it's not like people are dying around you.
Beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Ooh, anti-personnel. Ooh, radioactive rounds. That's a good one. Light armor, human, scorpion 1. Okay. So I want my pistol to have radioactive rounds. And then let's get the Onyx. Yep, scorpion. Why the cod piece? Okay, how do you... No, that's not what I wanted. I want you right there. Actually, you go right there. Go there. I'll go here. Yay! Except the enemy is right there. Okay, so I believe I can do this. And I missed, because of course I did. Oh, of course there's one right there. Still recharging. Haha! Ho ho! That's one annoying thing about this particular iteration. This is what's considered a cover shooter. So, the entire time you're playing, you're expected... There we go. Let's see. Caden. I'm not gonna upgrade you. I'm not gonna use you guys after this, so... but the entire time you're playing, you expect your enemies to, you know, move out of cover so you can shoot them while staying in cover. But instead, they'll just, like, stand behind a rock and shoot you because technically they're targeting you through the rock, but they can't actually shoot through the rock.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Yep. I'll see you there. Seeing in quotation marks. But yeah, like I said, the paint job on your armor wasn't indicating your rank. It was just indicating who made the armor. So how did she know my name was, or my rank was commander?
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
The AI in this game. Also, why am I on a sniper rifle? I should be on my pistol. Or my shotgun. Pistol for range, shotgun for damage. Open sesame. Nice. Ooh, Omni gel.
That door. It's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Okay, time for hacking. Haha.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry, close the door before they come back.
What are you doing here?
I'm Dr. Warren. I was in charge of this excavation. We hid in the shed during the attack. They must have come for the beacon. Luckily, it wasn't here. It was moved to the spaceport earlier this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network, remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
Okay. Honestly, that's all the pertinent information they have.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
Like, I hate that they let you talk to all of these people, but they don't actually give them anything to say. Again, I'm a stickler for details sometimes. And at the time, this game was considered the best of its class. Yep.
Saren.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
But, like, they let you hear the gunshot. That is cool. They show you the ship taking off.
What is that? Off in the distance.
That is cool. But the conversations are just the same information over and over and over again. Okay, that's... And you can see the AI break. Like, there's pathing issues in the game. There's all this weird kind of stuff. And honestly, when I first played through it, I don't remember the pathing issues. That might have something to do with the port. But it's just... shoot. There we go.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out. We're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
There you go.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
What the heck is going on down there?
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. A
certainly was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
Okay. I think when I go to leave.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez,
Yep.
Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring. Nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
What kind of packages?
I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. We'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
And that is a fine.
Forget about it.
I got the two most important things I needed.
Good luck.
So. Ha ha ha. Take all. So, the Stinger 2 is one of the best pistols in the game. Like, you don't get an upgrade for this until middle of Act 2. Like, that's how good this pistol is. And then the combat sensor is just that, a combat sensor. So, actually, I should save. New game. New save. Because it is important to save in this game. I don't want to have to go back through that conversation. Squad. Ooh, leveled up. Want more of that. Let's do throw, adrenaline burst, and pistols. Because pistols, I think, does more damage and increased accuracy. Okay. You guys can auto level. And auto level. Ugh. Okay, I'll probably give it until 11 o'clock, and if I don't have any viewers... Run. Run. Why? Why am I so slow? What is going on here? That's crouch. That's that. That's that. Tilde key. Okay. Why am I RP walking? That's not. I am Nihilus. Oh, the other Nihilus. Nice. Can't remember what chemicals rounds do. Hey, I'm actually moving at a normal clip now. So let's see. Escape. Chemical rounds. That isn't right. Escape. Equipment. Chemical rounds. Toxic damage. I don't think that works. Not something you want to do in real life. Luckily, in video games, it doesn't matter.
You know him?
He's a Spectre. He was with us at the normal.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
What are you doing sneaking around back there?
I am sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
Other one?
What the hell are you talking about?
There were two Turians here. Your friend and another one he called Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
Where'd Saren go after he killed Nihilus?
He jumped on the cargo train and headed over to the other platform. Probably going after the beacon. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone.
Maybe I'll wait until 10:30. I'm getting a little hungry.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
Lucky you rake
If
for
you
him.
snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Me. Okay. Oh, I can't wait till I get those guns. The Geth have some of the best weapons in the game. Got him. Let's see. I think I need this bad boy. And again, this is the best thing about this game is you don't need to be skilled in a weapon to use said weapon. But it does help. Gotcha. Okay, that one's too far away. Jeez. Gotcha. Right there. I'll be able to get him over. Okay, let's see if my powers work finally. Warp. Nope. Because they're behind cover. how do I do grenade? Is it G? Gotcha. Okay. But see how annoying it is? It's like they get behind cover and then they quit moving. They don't even pop out to, like, shoot at you or anything like that. And it's like... Okay. And your powers don't work on them. Like, if it hits the wall in front of them... It's kind of annoying.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
And we arrive standing in the open like doofuses. I'm surprised a platypus didn't come out to mess us up.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
I'm disarming it. I'm glad they didn't put a disarming minigame in this. That can be so annoying sometimes. Come on. Got him. Because shields are a thing. Disarming. Newt. Oh no, wait, that's A100. Okay. And disarming. I might actually call it soon, because I am just not feeling it right now. Gotcha. And now we have the Rennie boys. How? Shepard, you run like a dork. I just put that away. You know what mod they need for this game? And just because it would be funny, they need to add a Naruto run mod. I mean, he already runs like a freaking dork, so why not? It said that there was something over here. Ah, there it is. Easy decryption. Begin manual override. Nice. I mean, look at this run animation. It looks like he has stiff arms and... yeah. Nice. Do not hit G. I keep hitting shift, which normally in games is run, and it's throwing me off. But yeah, I'm getting hungry and stuff, and I can't just keep playing.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
And this is where the problem comes in.
Shepard! No, don't touch him. Dangerous.
Now, fun fact. Those flashing images and stuff like that, they've actually used for learning before. But it caused severe cerebral damage to the frontal cortex.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
But, yeah, it was just one of those things that they experimented with.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
In, like, the 1940s, of course, Germans and whatnot, and it causes too much damage. They can't do it safely.
Worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Not great.
Like the morning after shore leave. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
What about the beacon?
Now, what happened to it?
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
By the way,
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
she abandoned her post. Like, oh, excuse me. Like I said, I'm feeling tired. But, like, she was assigned to that colony to keep it safe. She's currently here on the ship. We saved the colony. Her assignment didn't end. She's just here on the ship.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Okay, you want to talk?
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell her? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology, blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction, whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
You are super shiny. Like, super shiny. Also, that was a weird way of saying that.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
So we expose him.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Okay. So I'm going to save here. Because, like I said, I'm just not feeling it today. So last night was an 8-hour shift. But I got off at 2:30 a.m. and didn't get home until about 3 or 4. I know I didn't go to bed until about 5, so it's one of those kind of things. So I'm going to log off, have some breakfast / lunch, and then go ahead and take a nap, and I will be back tomorrow morning, because tomorrow's morning is going to be a lot easier for me. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next stream.